Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage and the AX Sport. As mentioned in a previous video, I started to do rallies. At least I'm trying to get into it. I have been interested in racing all my life, pretty much. I did Speedway as a kid, and I have been playing simulators, driving simulators my entire life, and I always knew that at some point when I grew up, I was going to try it. And this year I realized that it's about time. I'm getting quite close to 40 years old now, and unless it's just gonna keep on being a dream, I think it's time to do it now, while I still have some reflexes left in my body. Look at this. Anyway, I've done it twice now, free for all testing, small rally courses. I've done it twice now in the Visa GTI. It's great for it. I have this also. I have the A112 Abarth also, and I think all three of them are fun to do it in. I'm all about the fun, but I think this is the best contender that I have because it's a bit rough. I won't be that sad if I scratch it. It's already been modified in some ways that I would actually like to revert to original. It's a bit difficult to get the parts. Then I realized the racing seat and all that stuff that this has gotten already would probably be perfect for the kind of rally that I did yesterday. So I think I'm gonna get this through the MOT and try it out. And then I'm gonna try the Abarth also and see what is the most fun to use for that kind of stuff. I've introduced this on the channel a while back and got it to fire and run and so on. There's a lot of work still needing to be done, but in short, this is a Citroen AX 1.3 Sport. The engine is modified a little bit with another, I think the bottom end is a 1.4. Different cam, I think. I'm not completely sure what has been done to this engine, but at one point, many years ago, this was on a rolling road, producing around 110 horsepower, and I don't think anything has been touched since that. Originally, it's supposed to have 95, 100 or something like that. Originally, it's a 1.3 with dual Solex carburetors on it. But what I want to do in this video is to just make a shopping list, see what I need, what I know that I need to get this through the MOT. It needs an MOT to get me to the stages and so on. I don't think I will be dailing this or anything like that, but it needs to be safe enough to drive on the public road. In the end of this video, I will do a little race report from the latest rally that I attended to. Anyway, I want to put this up on the lift and take a look at it. Before lifting the car, I'm just gonna see what's in the trunk because I have kind of forgotten what I already bought for this project and what was in it when I got it. There is quite a bit of stuff. Oh yeah, there's two new indicators. You can probably see it's missing up there. There's a brand new rear bumper, black plastic, and honestly it's a bit broken, the old one, because of the big exhaust system back here, which I'm gonna change. I want to put this on if I can find a new black one for the front as well, because I like that look better. I'm not really liking this all white out look that this got. I think it would look nicer with just plastic. It's also supposed to be black around the windows. That has been painted as well, and I don't really enjoy that too much. Racing wise, it doesn't matter, but I might end up just changing that for the black ones. Air filter, blower engine, a rust hole that I need to fix. A lot of, I wonder if there is an entire set of, although those have been red at one point. Wonder if I could paint them and put them on. But it's not complete, the body kit. And a new radiator I also bought because it was broken. And an exhaust back box was given to me by a very friendly viewer of the channel, which is nice. And engine wise, I changed the cam belt in the previous Will It Run video. Didn't I? I think I did. But I would like to change the ignition components. Can't remember if I changed the spark plug. I might have done that. But apart from those things, I would like to rebuild the carbs and change all the fuel lines. These plastic insets between the carb and the intake are apparently not liking age. I probably, they got cracking in it. I need to find some other ones for that to make sure that I don't got any air leak in between this. So that will also have to be done. Then I'm going to change the radiator. And this also got an electric fuel pump fitted somewhere. I think it's down there actually. No, it's up here. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to just have this mechanical fuel pump. It's quite nice because when I put it into ignition, it will prime the system, which means I don't have to crank it to start it for a long time if the carbs are empty. That's a good thing. But in case of an accident or a fire, this system that is currently on it, even though the engine cuts out, if it's still in ignition, it will just pump, 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 pump. And if this line is cut, for instance, it will just pump all the fuel from the tank into the engine bay. I don't like that. You could, of course, make some kind of safety system for that. But I think I'm just going to revert back to the old school mechanical fuel pump. I know that stuff works, and I can live with a bit of cranking time if it's a problem. So I think I'm just going to put that back into function if it works, or change it, and then get rid of the electrical fuel system. I'm debating whether to keep these wheels or find something else, because I think they got a big, great thread pattern, but I also think they are slightly on the big size to really be comfortable, to be good. I don't want them to scrape on the on the wheel arches well on full lock and so on. These are 195 45 R15s. I might end up just taking the ones from the Visa and put those on with new rubbers, most likely, at least to test this car out. The braking system seems pretty nice actually. We got copper lines already, nice. The discs looks brand new, just rusty. And I don't think it's too bad, the pitting. So I think I could be lucky to just give this a good spirited drive to clean them off. And then I want to change the pads just because I don't know how old they are. So pads for this and brake lines will definitely also need changing. The hard lines are already copper, so I'm not worried about those. That's good. There's not a lot of thread on this one. It looks a bit weird. It is seated, so it's probably fine. Ball joint looks good. I didn't notice any play in it when looking at that. And the bushings and the rubber grommets works all right. Also on the drive shaft. So there's not a lot of things that needs to be done in here. There's a lot of things that would be nice to do if I really start to enjoy using this car, but nothing too bad comes to mind just by looking at it. And it's the same story on the other side, exactly the same. Hope to just use these discs, they are quite nice, ventilated and so on. On the rear wheel, that's not great. There's a lot of play in this rear axle. I think it's the trailing arm bushing or bearing or whatever it's called in those that are moving. I think it's a pretty common thing on these. Hopefully I can just change the bearings and then it's good again. I hope I don't need a new refurbed rear axle, but I might. Just gonna have to see. No play on the other side though. And this is the Super Sprint rear exhaust system that I plan on taking off and replacing with the original one. I like the sound of the car, but I really dislike the look of this. It looks horrible, I think. So that needs to be done. I don't think I have to do a lot of rust repairs on this one, which is quite amazing considering what I normally do. But it looks pretty decent, except for the rust hole up there. You can probably see it behind the exhaust system right there. Looks very, very small and easy to get to and easy to fix. I might find some other places that need some touching up, but it actually seems quite nice in most of the places that I would normally be worried about. So that's great. So some brake hoses, new brake pads, something on the rear axle, the rust repairs, the light lenses, a good, great service on the engine. It seems to be running on 3 cylinders quite often. I think a good clean of the carbs would help. Probably also changing the cables on the ignition system and give the ignition system an overhaul. Changing the radiator, changing the manifold gaskets, putting on the closed air filter box, that needs to be done also. And then I think it could be MOT-able. Then I can test drive it and figure out if this is something for me and then start to improve it. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. But this will be all for now. Now it's time for a small race report. So back to the rallying. I met up with a couple of friends. Both of them got 106 rallies, both of them black. One of them you probably recognize. Well, I don't know if you recognize it because they look exactly the same. But one of them is the one that I revived on this channel quite a few years back now. There is a playlist on a quite extensive revival of that car. It runs really nicely now. It was the first time that the owner did rallying, and he had a lot of fun. The other rally is the same guy who I drove together with the last time. We are starting to have a little bit of a competition trying to get the fastest time, even though it's a bit silly because I drive a Visa, which probably got 130 horsepower. He got a 106 rally, which is around 100 horsepower. Very different setup in the suspension department. They are very different. I think I'm supposed to be fastest with the power that I have. And so far I've been a little bit faster. Not much, but it's just fun to have a little bit of a challenge going on, I think. The first lap I did was together with a co-pilot just to know the track.
Og ned til kejlen og så rundt igen. Ja. Og rundt igen her, og så fuld gas her. Og så den her vej ud der, og så rundt om kejlen den her vej. Ja. Og så tilbage her. Og hen til kejlen der skal vi op. Lige her. Yes. Ja. Og tilbage igen en tur mere. Rundt igen. Og så tilbage her, og så skal vi op igen, og så skal du til højre. Ja, op her. Og så rundt her, og så kommer vi stop lige her. Ja. Ramte det der lidt hårdt. 54, fantastisk, fedt, tak.
The second attempt turned out to be a little bit embarrassing. In the gear change going from first to second, the gear mechanism popped off and I had no gears to select at all. Luckily I had speed enough to just coast out of the track, almost. I got pushed a little bit of the way and then started a hectic attempt to trying to fix this. I drove a couple of hours to get here. I really would like to get more than just one attempt. So with a bit of help from the locals and some tools and a bit of tin foil from the barbecue, I managed to make the connection between the gear linkage mechanism a little bit more tight. And after a small test, I tried again. And then I just took it a little bit easy on the gear change. I only had to do one gear change. I could probably do more, but first gear and into second, and the rest of the track was possible to complete in second gear. I really dislike changing down in first. It could probably be faster, but I don't want to explode the gearbox either. So after that, I did a couple of attempts, and after a few tries, I got it down to 49. Fedt, tak. And that was the fastest time that I got. My mate in the 106 got a 51, and for the fun of it, I put the footage on top of each other so we could see where the time was gained and lost and so on. It's a bit tough to see where the difference really is, but on the long straight, it looks like the Visa is powering off a little bit. Anyway, after that, it started to pour down with rain. There was a lot of rain and it changed the circuit completely. It was the first time I raced in the rain, of course, and it got a little bit exciting. And of course the times would just drop completely after that. After a couple of hours of racing, we drove home. There's not much that matches the coolness factor of driving two hot hatches from that era through the sunset. And honestly, looking at the 106 and my own Visa in the boring modern day traffic made the world a little bit better, I think, just for a short while. Anyway, there's a rally next week. I probably will be attending in the Visa GTI again because this probably won't be finished and the A112 probably either. But anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget you can support me. There is a Patreon link down below and see you in the next one.